I'm Jensen Marold, team driver for DR Racing Kart Australia.
Here we are on the plane heading to Coffs Harbour for the final round of the Rotax Protour. While we're having a little bite to eat in this cool little cafe, we're just relaxing back to the cruisy tunes of blues.
My mates and I were having a bit of fun playing around in the DR tent with a balloon.
So Jenno, what's happening here at the moment on the go-kart?
So right now we're having a little discussion about the gearing and what changes we should make.
Wait.
And here we've got Juzzy with a rubber mallet changing out the axle to make a little change, while all the boys are at the front of the go-kart swapping out the aluminium floor tray for a carbon fibre one.
Going for a wet race.
Oh, this is going to be exciting. Wet, it is bumping down.
So you're going to be qualifying on a new track you've never driven on before, no one's seen.
This morning cargo session was very wet after a heavy downfall of rain last night. It was so wet that they had to change the course and cut out the infield.
Now we're setting the kart up for qualifying, making changes to the front geometry and the ride height as well. Jenno qualified 4th in the wet, and we were having trouble getting a bit of heat in the tyres. Now we're going out in the heat 1 from P4, and Jensen had a very, very tough race trying to get heat in the tyres, struggling with trying to turn the kart in on all the corners, as you can see here, but very happy to come home in heat 1 in 3rd place. Back in the tent to try and make a few more adjustments to the kart. Jensen's finding he still can't get turn in properly, and nor can he get power down when he exits the corners. In heat 2 we had a far better run, getting a 2nd position, which he was very happy with. As always, there's changes to be made on the go-kart, and we're putting different rims onto the wets, ready for Jensen to go out into the pre-final where he's starting in P2. We're hoping the tyre pressures are okay. The karts are rolling out now for their warm-up, and there you can see all the boys squirreling under power, and off they go, starting. Jensen in P2 comes out of the corner in P2 behind Carson, and has a very good run, but again we messed up with the pressures and the kart went off, and we came into the final of this race in P3. Jenno's just having a look at his tyres to see how they stood up, but the pressure was a little bit too high and we took off a lot of tread. It's time to head out for the final, and Jensen is out in position 3, which he's very pleased with, considering that the weekend has been a little bit of a torrid weekend as far as not getting tyre pressures right in the wet, having tyre pressures too low. Go-kart setup hasn't always been in the right direction. It's been a very frustrating weekend for him. But position 3, and off we go in the final race, and he said that coming out in P4 and making it through was a very, very good thing. Here we are, kart's feeling really good at this point. The grip is fantastic. In fact, he said the grip he felt was a little bit too good because he thinks it will now fall away towards the end of the 20 or 22 lap of race. And sure enough it did. As the race continued, the go-kart slowed down and he could only hold 4th position. And now we come to the time where the number 1 gets onto the go-kart. Jensen has made it into National Champion Minimax Australia. How does it feel?
It feels awesome. It was unimaginable. I never thought I could get this far, and here I am.
I didn't think I was going to go good in the wet.
You did well.
Yeah. This year was an unexpected year for me. I'd love to thank Richard and all Rotax for putting on such an awesome meeting this year and events, and thank you so much for all the efforts you put in. I'd love to thank Chris and Paul from DR and Racing Kart for always believing in me, having faith, and always setting up the car so I can perform at my best. I would also like to thank my mechanics, Juzzy and Henry, for being a good mechanic throughout the year. Everyone great racing, everyone really good challenge. And my parents too.
National champ trying to get higher up the grid. There he is. Now you're number one up the treetop in a little country town called Sawtell.